Hi, I'm Emma Spitzer. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to make fish falafel. These are really easy to make. They're very simple, quick to prepare, full of flavour. They work really nicely if you serve them as a starter. They're very simple, very versatile and full of flavour. I'm using cod. You can use any other white fish of your choice. Just make sure that it's skinless. It's a lot easier to work with. Just cut the fish into nice big chunks. Pop the fish into the blender. I'm pretty particular with this recipe. Don't substitute the dried chickpeas for canned. It just doesn't work as well. In most other chickpea recipes, it is a good substitute, but I think here, if you can, make sure you use fresh ones. So you just need to make sure you've soaked them overnight, or at least a minimum of 8 hours. Cover them with plenty of cold water, bring them to the boil and give them anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes. Just check them, you'll know when they're tender and they're ready. I've got some onions, some sesame, some garlic cloves. I've got some fresh herbs, parsley, fresh coriander. I'm really generous with my herbs because I think the falafel can take them and you know, the more fragrant the better. And then I've just got some spices, a little bit of cumin, bit of ground coriander, and my favourite spice of all time, sumac. Now we're going to start to add our ingredients. I'm going in with my chickpeas. I'm going to add my garlic. I've got my onion, and we're going to throw in our lovely fresh herbs. A little pinch of salt. I'm just going to pulse. A few more pulses and I think we're probably there. And I would say that that's it. And then we go in with my favourite part, the seasonings, the spicing. So just add in your sesame seeds. So I've got a little bit of ground coriander, probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon. I've got about the same amount of cumin. And then my favourite, the sumac. Now with the sumac, I'm probably just going to tip in around a teaspoon. I love the colour. Give that a really good mix. Get in there, get dirty with your hands. It's the only way to do it. Don't be using any cutlery here. Get it all mixed in nicely. This is quite important because they're all going to be rolled into balls. You don't want one having all the spices and one being bland. I wish you could smell this, I really do. And I think we're there. Lovely. I have preset the fryer to 150 degrees. You want to cook these relatively slowly for deep fat frying. You don't want to sort of cook them too quickly on the outside and then the fish is raw on the inside. So 150 is the perfect temperature. So you can be as free as you like with your imagination on how you put these together. I go with balls. If I'm serving them as a starter, I would make them bigger or smaller. Smaller if they were going to be a little canapé. Okay, so now we're going to pop these little morsels of loveliness into the fryer. Don't overcrowd it. I'm going to pop in 6, which will fit comfortably in there. Let those sizzle away, and then around 5 to 6 minutes later we should have some beautiful fish ball. Okay, so the falafel have had 5 minutes. They look really, really nice and golden here. So I'm going to just let the fat drain off. So with the Harissa Mayonnaise, it's really a question of taste. So as a guideline, I would use a teaspoon of Harissa, to around 3 to 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and it really depends on how fiery your harissa is. I do make my own. I use a lot of chili. I make it pretty powerful. But if you're going to use a shop-bought harissa, just test, just play around with it really. So just take our mayonnaise, put it into the bowl, take the harissa, that's perfect. So that is ready to go. So then we can start plating up. So I'm going to just use a pastry brush and spread on some of our delicious harissa mayonnaise. Take your fish falafel, and then any green of your choice really. I'm just going to sprinkle on with some lovely fresh parsley. My food is quick to make but full of flavour, and here is a perfect example: my fish falafel with harissa mayonnaise.